Okay, guys, today we're going to continue to work on our numeracy skills, and we are going to work on solving proportions. So we've talked about solving proportions already. Now we're going to add some words around this. So let's see. The ratio of the width of a television screen to its height is 4:3. What is the height of a screen with a width of 32 inches? So we know that the ratio of the width to its height is 4:3. Okay. So first step we want to do is set up the ratio in words. So you can set this up sideways or as a fraction. Either one works. So you can do it as width to height, or you can do it as width over height. Either one is fine. Set up the given ratio. So this is now where we put in the numbers. Width is 4, 3 is height. So width is 4, 3 is height. And then we want to set up the ratio with the unknown quantity. So let's see. The width is being given to us. It's 32 inches. So I keep that with the width. So I keep that with the width. And then let's see. What is the height? So that's what I'm looking for. So my height is my x. There's my ratio. My height is my x. So there's my fractional proportion. So when I say set up the proportion, that generally means I want this part right here. So I want to see that 4/3 equals 32 over x. And then we solve it using cross multiplication. So remember, we multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other. So that means that x is going to be equal to 3 times 32. And then we're going to divide it by the number that's diagonal from the x. So we're going to divide that by 4. Multiply your numerators would give you 96 over 4. 96 divided by 4 is 24. We could have, let me see, 3 times 32 over 4. We could have looked at it and said, well, 4 goes into itself once and 4 goes into 32 8 times. So x is going to be 3 times 8, and that's 24. So either way of solving works just fine. So I do have that in a note here, that in proportions, the terms of the fractions must correspond. So that means that in the example above, the width always was in the same part of the fraction, and the height is always in the same part of the fraction. So when we set those up, see how I kept all of my width numbers together here, and all my height numbers together here. My widths were all across the top, my heights were all across the bottom. So that's just how you keep yourself organized to make sure things work out properly. So let's try a couple more here. So the ratio of the length of the Canadian flag to its width is 2:1. What is the length of a Canadian flag that is 24 centimeters wide? So in this case, we're going to be doing length to width. So length to width. And my length to width is going to be 2:1. What is the length? Means that I'm looking for my length. So what is my length if my width is 24 centimeters? So we can set it up like this. Turn it into a fraction. So you get 2 over x equals 1 over 24. Cross multiply. Numbers that are across from each other is going to multiply. So x is going to equal 2 times 24 divided by the number that's by itself. Divided by 1. Well, divided by 1 doesn't really do much, does it? 2 times 24 gives me 48 centimeters. And then because it is a word problem, we should say, therefore, the length is 48 centimeters. So let's make sure we put in our therefore statements, and let's make sure we include units. Include units. Okay, let's do one more. If the human body burns 102 calories for every 10 minutes of swimming, calculate how many calories it will burn in 1 hour of swimming. Ooh, alarm bells, alarm bells. I have a time in hours, and I have a time in 10 minutes. So we're going to have to make sure that we're consistent. We can either pick all our numbers to go in hours, or all our numbers go into minutes. Now, since it's only 1 hour and I know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, you know what? Let's just go with that. It's easy. So let's see. We've got 102 calories for every 10 minutes. So we're going to be setting this up. We'll set it up the other way this time. Calories per minute is what we're looking for. Our calories for every minute. So in this case, we're going to do 102 calories in 10 minutes. And calculate how many calories. So the calories in this case is our question. And our time is down below, so that's going to be our 60 minutes. Cross multiply the numbers that are on a diagonal. So you get 102 times 60 divided by 10, because we divide by the number that's diagonal from the x. Well, I can see right here that 10 goes into itself once and 10 goes into 66 times, so that makes life a little bit nicer. Numbers a little bit easier. Oh, I'm out of space. So you should get x is equal to 102 times 6. So that is equal to 612 calories. And again, word problem. So therefore, it will burn 612 calories. You can make this even more detailed in 1 hour of swimming. Because that's what we just found out. All right, so you've got an assignment down here. So a few more practices. This time I've got some decimals in here because you know what, in real life we do lots of stuff with decimals and part numbers. Okay, so and then I've got a couple of questions for you to try, just like what I just did. All right, good luck, have fun, let me know if you have questions.